It's the I Can't Mom Today podcast with Heather, the new mom, and Vera, the seasoned mom. I Can't Mom Today.
Hey, this is Vera and Heather back again with another episode of I Can't Mom Today podcast. Hi, Vera.
Hello, Heather. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me about it.
I just, I've been going through this journey and of just figuring out my world and my life. And while there's a little bit of anxiety about like, where am I going to get a paycheck from in 2022, I feel good about the place I'm in right now and like moving forward. So I'm started to just do some thinking about what I'm good at and what my next step is. And I started doing a coaching class or coaching course on how to coach other people. And that's something I feel like I'm really good at. Like I'm always good at giving advice. I'm like, well, what do you think about this? Well, what do you think about that? And I feel like I excel at that. I love helping people. So this is the route I'm going down now.
Oh, cool. And of course, when you're this like fancy ass coach, you'll help me for free, right?
Oh, obviously. Yeah. No, I'll practice on you now. You want me to practice on
you? Sure.
Oh,
I need all the coaching I can get.
Yeah. I'll 100% help any way I can. Absolutely.
Yay.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, I need help.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Well, Luke is just, I've been calling him the Luke roller coaster, and he's going through a rough time anyway. Like I've mentioned, he just decided to not go to school, not go to college. So he's unenrolled. And then he's just, he's got this ex-girlfriend that, they had a really intense relationship and they're trying to be friends after the fact. And she's actually dating one of his friends.
Is this the most recent one that I met?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, that's the only girlfriend. They started dating in January, so that they've been off and on. January. She makes fun of the way I say January.
Yeah.
January. Yes.
Different than I say it.
So that's a little left over from my Brooklyn accent. But anyway, so yeah, she and him, have been having these arguments, and he knows that she's dating his friend, and she doesn't want to talk about it with him.
Yeah,
and
fair.
Well, he wants her to talk. He's like, if you're happy, I want to hear all about it. I want you to talk to me about it. And, I know that you're dating so-and-so, and she doesn't want to talk about it. And he gets all upset because he's like, well, how can we be best friends if you're not going to talk to me about stuff?
So what was the premise of them breaking up?
The two of them, they would get into arguments, and he's, a very intense person, I think. Mm-hmm. So I think that they get into these big arguments, and I don't know. I don't know exactly what happened, but I have a feeling that it was kind of, they would get into these big emotional arguments, in addition to the fact that he's been up and down, because we've been dealing with his anxiety medication. So he's been moody, to be honest. Sure. And, moodier than your average 18-year-old. And so I think that's part of it. And who knows, she may be moody too. I don't know, but so I think that's really the ultimate gist of it. It just got to be too much. They were fighting, they were broken up, they're back together, they're broken up, they're back together. And so she's eventually just like, you know what, we can't do this anymore.
Now is because she lives next door, or lived next door, and is now across town.
She did. Yes,
and
exactly.
When did they break up?
Probably about, I don't know, I'd say about 2 months ago, maybe.
Okay. So they were together for like 8 months.
Yeah. Which is like forever in teenage years.
Yeah. And I feel like a good rule of thumb is like, it's going to take you half the time of the relationship to kind of like really truly move on from it. And that like, you can't just jump from like being in a relationship to being best friends. It doesn't work because there's always some sort of like feelings on both sides, because even though you're broken up, you still have feelings for that person on a different level than friendship. I would say, just they need time apart, like truly apart from each other. But it's hard because she's dating his friend. So
yeah, exactly. And it's, and I don't think she's the one that actually told him. I can't remember if he saw it on social media or whatever, so there was that. And so, yeah, so he was really upset about that. But then luckily he's got this friend girl who's, well, and then of course now he's developing feelings for her. I'm like, don't do it.
Stop. Yeah. Don't show it. So
Exactly.
How the saying goes.
Exactly. I'm like, I said, I was like, wait till your life gets more stable. You're kind of like all over the place right now,
Mhm.
maybe, but plus two, you guys are so close that, you could ruin a really good thing, because then, he talks to her and she's really good at calming him down. She's very like, she doesn't let stuff, like when he's like pissy, she
Mhm.
doesn't let it bother her. Whereas, I think it bothered his ex-girlfriend, and it bothers me. I don't like it. I take it kind of personally when he's like,
Yeah.
and this girl, she doesn't take it. She's like, you're in a bad mood, aren't you? Like,
Mhm.
so luckily he has her, but when he's hurting and upset, I feel bad. And then he's very vocal and physical about it. He's just
Hmm.
so intense. He's always been that way. Even when he was a baby, he was like that. He'd cry and cry and cry. He's just super intense, which
Yeah.
is great when he's happy, because then you get
Mhm.
this intense happiness. But then
Yeah.
when he's not happy, it's like, oh my God, you can feel it across the room. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel that because I'm similar.
Yeah.
Bring down
Yeah.
or bring up a room.
Yeah. Well, you're also a Sagittarius like he is.
Mm.
So, he's on the cusp though. He's a Sagittarius
Yeah, I'm
Scorpio.
deep seated in there.
Yeah, yep, you are right in the middle
I'm
of
right in the
that
middle. I'm like
dang
through and through.
astrological month. You and my stepson.
No
So,
questioning.
yeah, and all three of you have very strong opinions. I can't convince you people of anything otherwise. Drives me nuts.
Well, once we're dedicated is how I like to look at it.
There you go. I'm dedicated. I'm not stubborn. Yeah. So anyway, so there's that. And then amongst all of those things, so he's actually been staying at the house here instead of at the dorm,
Mm.
and the last like week or so.
How's
And
that going for your
then,
sanity?
well, luckily he's been pretty good. He's
Good.
been taking his medication, which has been good, and then he, his mood has been good except for that one episode with the ex-girlfriend. So that happened. And then he's like, do we have any Mucinex? I'm like, uh-oh. I was like, no, you can run by CVS though, and go get some. And sure enough, then he takes his temperature and he's got 100-degree temperature.
Hmm.
I was like, F me, FML.
Mhm.
So, because I've also had a headache, but that often happens when it starts to get cool outside for some
Yeah.
reason. So I was like, all right, I think we need to go get a COVID test just to be
Mhm.
sure.
Mhm.
So luckily there's a place right down the street that's, you can just drive through and you don't have to make an appointment or anything. And it
Yeah.
was no line, super quick. But I opted to do the 2 to 3 day one because it's more accurate than the rapid
Sure.
test.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, so then I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, we have COVID. And then I was thinking about all the people that I've been around in the last week or so. And now I can't go to the gym. And I've been trying to go to the gym every morning, to try and
Mhm.
get my life in order and my body. And I'm like, now I can't go to the gym. And I'm worried. So then I didn't want to sleep in my room because I can't hear him from his room. So I slept in the living room so I could hear him in case he needed
What
me
is
or
he?
he
I
was
was like, what is he, a
coughing.
baby? Go get a
I
monitor
know.
then.
I know it's terrible. I'm like, well, you know me. Like until recently, I used to check to make sure he was breathing at night.
No, stop.
I
Mm-mm.
did. I really did. I did. I'm terrible.
Psycho.
Yes, I remember a girlfriend of mine in college. Her mother. She talked about her mother doing that, and we all thought her mother was bananas. And now I'm like, yep, I'm the crazy mom.
No, you were like taking notes then, like, oh, I can do this. It's acceptable.
Yeah,
I can
right.
do it. I shall.
So yeah. So needless to say, I haven't been sleeping well because I've been worried about him. But good news is we are negative for COVID. Praise the Lord.
Yeah.
Just got those results back this morning. So now I'm like, oh, yay, I can sleep finally. But of course, I've got work I've got to do. So
Mhm.
sleep isn't coming until later.
Yeah.
So yeah. So now, I mean, of course, on top of all that, I've got to figure out how to, make sure that he's actually doing something next semester and not just working a few days a week and farting around. He has
And then
started to do
also how
his
to
karate again.
re-evict him from your house.
Exactly. I got to push him out of my house again. Um, But luckily has started doing karate again, which is really good because his karate master or whatever you call him, he's more than a sensei, but I can't remember what we call him. Well, we call him professor, but anyway, so that's been good because professors are really good influence on him and they're very close.
Mhm.
And so that's a stabilizing factor. And of course, again, doing something physical, I think, is always good for everybody when you're
Yeah.
kind of off. So, well, all the time, actually, because I think at least it keeps me sane.
Yeah.
So he's been doing that. And actually, his karate professor has been trying to convince him. They have a program where they send some of the instructors out to the elementary schools to teach
Mhm.
karate.
Neat.
So he's been talking about him doing that, which I
that'd
think
be
would
cool.
be really good. Yeah. He's a little like not sure if he wants to do it or not. And I was like, well, you can give it a try if you don't like it. But you might see some of yourself in those kids, when you were little and taking
Or
karate.
you might see some really annoying habits and go, oh crap, I do that.
Right. Wouldn't that be nice?
Maybe I should stop.
Exactly. So yeah, so that's been, I mean, and then it's almost like I've got PTSD. Now I'm afraid to get too comfortable, don't enjoy this piece that's going on right now because we don't know when the next boulder is going to come rolling down the hill,
Yeah.
or when the other shoe is going to drop, as my mother would say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard because like as my therapist would be like, wow, that's a lot of baggage that you're carrying around for just waiting for the other shoe to drop instead of like enjoying what you have now.
Yeah.
And not seeing, not seeing what you have in this moment, but you're looking forward into the future for a shoe to drop.
Yeah. 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 And I need to not do that.
Mm-hmm.
The power of now.
Yes. Yes.
The pain body.
Yes.
So yeah, I can't let the pain body win.
I've actually been waking up at between 4 and 4:30 in the morning.
Ew.
Yeah, but we're going to bed. The deal is that we leave the downstairs no later than 9 p.m.
Oh, that's good. So you go up to your bedroom?
Yes. And that's to like sleep, brush our teeth, sleep. And so I'm on my third day.
And are you going to the gym or what are you doing?
I get up and I mill around for, 15, 20 minutes. And then I go downstairs, make some hot tea, wait for the kettle to boil. While I'm doing that, I'm like putting away dishes and stacking the dishwasher. And then once I have my tea made, I go and I did yoga 3 days ago. Yeah, we're just in the beginning stages of it. Like, and I was just telling Brad last night, I was like, what I hate is like flow yoga. Because it's like, down dog, up dog, chaturanga, blah, blah, blah. And I've done it before and I hate it. And I was like, and this isn't it. They're just showing like certain moves. You're focusing on those moves. And like, this morning, he's like, and tomorrow we'll do flow. I was like, great. Looking forward to it.
I don't
it's
like
hard.
flow
It's
either.
hard for me to do flow because my core isn't strong enough now because it's been so jacked up because of, I broke my ankle. Like it's been like 7 years. It was like 6 or 7 years. I don't know. And so it's been a long time since I broke the ankle, but my body is so messed up from it. Just my alignment and everything. Yeah. And so it's my fault that it's gotten this bad. I should have done something years ago, but it's hard to get help in healthcare now because it's so expensive. Like I was paying $250 a visit to the physical therapist for them to be like, here's some exercises, go do them.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
I thought mine was bad. Mine was 75 and after insurance. And I was like, and I was going twice a week and I was like,
250. I was going once a week at the beginning. And then she's like, okay, I think you have your mobility back, but she was only focusing on an ankle, nothing else that was on my body, nothing else. And so not on like a lot. Nothing. And so I went to another physical therapist that she did as much as she could, but then I had a baby and then it went downhill.
And that messes up your alignment.
Yeah, for sure. And so I went a couple of times, but then we had moved and it was really far away. And I was like, I'm not going through the PT. Like I can't go through that, like the hoops and everything with my health insurance. And so, so a lot on me. I'm going to own that there are parts of it that are 100% on me. So I'm just, it's not fun. It's not enjoyable when you can't do it properly and you hear like your bones crushing against each other, or like popping. Yeah. It's all my lower back.
uh,
Mhm.
yeah. See, I've been doing Pilates, which I really like. And
Yeah.
that's good for your core, obviously.
Mhm.
And I am so proud of myself because I've been doing it now, I think about 4 months.
Mhm.
And when you like, it's a rollover. I don't know if that's a technical term, but you're lying on your back and then you swing your legs back so that your feet are by your head,
Mhm.
kind of.
Yeah.
Of course, I can't touch the floor yet, but when I first started, there was no way I couldn't even come close to even trying. I was like, that's not happening.
Yeah.
But now I can do it. And, my feet are still up in the air, they're probably about parallel to the floor. But I'm so proud of myself that I can do that much. Plus, too, it feels really good on my back. Like it
Mhm.
like makes my back feel, it gives it this really nice kind of stretch,
Mhm. Yeah.
So, um, so yeah, you'll get there. That's what my
Yeah. And I know
instructors
it'll
always
get
say.
better, and I'll just have to modify and blah, blah.
Yeah,
But
modify.
eventually we'll get there. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Everything's
Yeah. Well, I used to be so hardcore on everything. I'd be like, I'm not modifying. I'm not really getting a workout if I
fine.
modify.
Yeah.
But I've learned I have, especially with the RA, I have to
Mhm.
modify. And you still get a really good workout. And eventually, you don't have to modify as much.
Yeah. But I mean, there are people that will always have to modify, and
Yeah.
that is okay, and that's going to be me. I will always have to modify. I cannot do anything impactful on
Yeah.
that leg because it really hurts after.
Yeah. Well, I
So
can imagine it's not good for it. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I'm glad. Well, they say it takes 2 weeks to develop a new habit. So
you know what? They say all kinds of shit, and it's not
the
always right.
they, as my mother would say,
Yeah.
the they,
Who
the
is
big
they, and
they. Who are
how
they?
are they experts?
Who do they think they
Well,
are?
I've heard 21 days to make or break a habit. I've heard a lot of different things, but I think it's truly like figuring out the best for you that's going to work for you, right? So if it's
Mhm.
doing it every day and you can't take a day off because you are going to slippery slope down something, that down never doing it again, which is
Yeah.
my MO. But I'm really trying to figure out something to do every day, because you can't do weights every day. I mean, you shouldn't. You need to give your body a rest, even if it's
Mhm.
like maybe just walking around slowly or
Mhm.
do a dance party
Yeah.
instead of.
Are you doing like beach body videos or what are you doing?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I figured you're a beach body girl.
Well, I was gonna do the rec center here, but then it's like the class started at like 9 or 7:15 or 7:30 or something. And I was like, I can't be rushed. I just,
Yeah.
to be rushed to get there. And it's already pulling teeth to get Baker out of the house by 7 a.m. And
Mm.
that's with him waking up at like 6:10.
Yeah. No, you do like you just said, you got to do what's best for you. And
Mhm.
I used to work out at home. You know me, I'm the one that got you into Beachbody because
Mhm.
that's what I was doing.
You
And
did.
I loved it. I mean, because I would get up, like you're talking about, I would get up, I'd have my coffee, and throw on my clothes while this was when Luke was little and he was still asleep, and I would do my thing, and then he would wake him up and get ready for the day, and it was
Mhm.
nice because I
Yeah.
didn't have to worry about driving somewhere and then
Mhm.
coming back, and like you said, getting Luke off earlier and all that shinola.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna
I
open a
will
beer real
say,
quick. So
yeah, right.
it's
Do
just
it.
my soda water, but
Hey man, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
yeah.
So, but I will say, excuse me, not a COVID cough.
Mhm.
Um, there's a video that I love, and it's a little more gentle. It's more kind of like chair yoga, but if you're feeling like doing something a little easier,
Yeah.
gentler, not, because some of it's not necessarily easy. It's called happy yoga. And
Mm.
you can find her on YouTube. Just look up Happy Yoga.
Okay.
And she's from I think she must be from Chicago or something because she says Happy Yoga. So it's Happy Yoga. And they're only like 20 to 30 minutes long, but it's just nice. And she's got this, peaceful music, and she's in like different scenes. Like one, she's in a field of sunflowers, and another one, she's by a river, another one, she's on a beach. It's really cool.
Hmm.
So
Okay. I'll have to
recommend it.
check into it.
Happy
I'll have
Yoga.
to text you when I'm going to check into it to remind me
Yes.
about
Yes.
it.
That, and there's Cassandra. She's really good. You can find her on YouTube too. Cassandra with a K.
Okay.
and you just look up. And she does something called yin yoga. Have you ever tried that?
No, I've obviously no.
Okay, it's more like stretching, and you
Yeah.
hold the poses for like 3 to 5 minutes.
Yes, that's
Uh,
hard.
yeah, well, it's not so bad because it focuses more on stretching than it does like, you
Mhm.
know, weight building. So again, if you're looking to increase your flexibility, she does, flow yoga too, but I found yin yoga with her first, and that's really nice because she even has one that you can do in bed.
Oh, done.
Yeah.
Sign me up. What
Bed
happens when
yoga,
you fall asleep?
what?
First step, set your alarm.
Yeah, exactly. For three
Second
minutes, so you
step.
wake up, so you don't fall asleep in the first pose.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. You go, girl.
Thanks. I'm really like, I have a positive outlook right now, and I'm just gonna roll with it and just try to continue making myself happy every
Yeah.
day.
Is Brad doing it with you or no?
No, he goes to the gym. He gets to get out of the house. Yeah, he goes to a gym every morning at like, so he leaves at like 4:30 and then gets back at like 6.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
But he
that's cool.
likes
At
doing it
least
in the morning, which I get. Because if you
yes.
leave it till the end of the day,
Oh,
it's just, yeah, so Baker gets
it
home.
doesn't happen.
We either have wrestling or we can piddle around the house and like do things before. Well, Brad's usually making dinner. I'm like playing with Baker, and then dinner. And then we have a little bit of time after dinner, then up to bath or bed. And then it's by that time it's 8 o'clock and we have 1 hour together. Like last night I put him to bed. We had a whole hour and a half.
Oh, wow.
I know. So we're trying to do
Ah,
date nights too, because it just becomes, with moms, it becomes, and dads, I'm not going to, let's get real. Like
yeah.
everybody kind of loses themselves, I think, to a certain extent when they have children. And so
Of
it's just a
course, yeah.
little bit at a time, but a little bit
Yeah.
at a time over 4 years is a lot, winds up being a lot. And so I let so much go. I let a lot of things that make me happy
Mm, yeah.
go, and so I need to, and I've tried dipping my toe in here and there, but I'm just really committed at this point to be like, no, I've got to do these things to make me happy. Like, oh my God, I'm being so extra this year because I love doing this shit. You guys, I love it. So, I'm sorry. I did it. I'm doing a calligraphy class, which I'm almost finished with the first one. I have a second one
Jeez.
coming up. I love calligraphy. And am I good at it? I'm moderately okay. So, but I bought some brush pin, like some brush pins, so I can do that instead of like using the calligraphy. And I like the nib. I haven't used brush pens before, so they're coming in today. So I'm super geeking out about it.
Mm,
But I've already ordered my Christmas cards. Like we're on top of that because we're about to have no money, so we need to get our shit done this year and then try
yeah.
to figure out how we're gonna get it next year.
Yeah.
And so like we're setting a level. So I've already ordered the Christmas cards. I am going to handwrite everyone's address on the cards.
You are an ambitious little booger.
We don't have that many. We have like, it's like 60. It's not like it's not like hundreds. It's
Oh,
it's like
okay.
60. It's very manageable. And oh my God, I'm super stoked about this.
Mm-hmm.
They're all going to be wax sealed.
OMG.
I know. Listen, I know, super extra, but I love it. And that's going to make me happy. And that's going to fill my
Okay.
bucket. So suck on it.
Well, I'll be sure to look for my calligraphy wax sealed Christmas card.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to get them all by December 1st. So they are the first Christmas cards that everybody gets. So like the bar is set high for everyone and literally
boy.
cannot hold up against that Christmas card.
Oh, dear Lord.
I mean, the Christmas card probably itself is not that great, but like the the packaging,
But it's the presentation.
Yeah, you're probably gonna be like, "Oh my God, this is so pretty." And look at the inside and be like, "Wah, wah." Okay, I'm super excited about it. That's gonna make me very happy.
Well, I'm glad. If
You know what else makes me happy?
What?
Is good reviews on
Oh,
the
yes.
podcast.
Did we get one?
Listen,
Finally.
we did. And gosh, I wish I knew who wrote this. Let me see if I can figure out who wrote this. But it's from someone in Canada. Thank you, Canada.
Okay, so we know it's not your mom.
Yeah. Let's get
or my mom.
It says, you're amazing. Ignore all the hate. I love your show. I Can't Mom Today is a solid 5. Thanks for all the time and effort you put into this show.
Yay.
And I love you.
Oh, we love you.
Yes. Because that like fills my bucket as well. Because it's words of affirmation. Well, I have really all love languages are my love language.
I know. I've taken the test and I'm like, I don't know, but I like all the other stuff too.
Yeah. I mean, I have some higher priority items, but not as high as others. But this is really amazing. I love it.
Yeah. Well, it's validating. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
For a living.
And I'm not seeing it in our podcast, in the Apple podcast thing. Not to say it's not in there. I just can't find it. But in any event, we appreciate you. I wish you had a name to go with this because I love you and I appreciate you so much. And at the same time, that same day, we ranked in the top 50 in Slovakia for kids.
Woo! So, yay! Eastern Europeans love us.
I'm happy. Yes, yes. We were on we're in Latvia for a long time. On their
like, weren't we big in Greece at one point too? We were rating in
for
Greece
like a blip. For a blip. Latvia really like that one was holding strong for I would say months actually. Which hey, I love you. I love you.
Yeah, we love you.
So go leave us a comment, a review, a rating. If you don't have time to write a bunch of stuff, you could just click
the stars
real quick at the very bottom of when you're in the podcast on your podcast app, you just scroll to the bottom and it allows you to
click the stars.
Yeah. Click the stars, whatever you see fit. And if you want us to talk about something on the podcast, or if you have a product for us to try, we are actually trying a few products right now that we are excited about potentially bringing to you. So
yes,
with a discount code. Ooh.
Yes. Ooh. Yay. And don't forget to join us on Facebook. I Can't Mom Today podcast. There's a page and a group. You can join the group, which is a private group only for us I Can't Mom Today moms. Mm-hmm. And of course, we're on Twitter and Instagram as well, and YouTube. So we're everywhere. And you can email us, ican'tmomtodaypodcast@gmail.com.
Yes. And if you want us to be in your dreams, just listen to the podcast while you sleep.
Yeah, there you go.
Done.
What is it they say, that you absorb information while you're sleeping, or at least that's a theory. I don't know if they'd want to absorb the
yes, they do.
Although some of it is when we have experts on, it's good.
I feel like enthusiasm is contagious, and I'm bringing that to the table right now. So
there you go.
I'll spread that enthusiasm to everyone else.
All right.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.